my Nani, for example, was one of the youngest freedom fighters. She was 16 when she was put behind the bars, for being out, in the rallies and all of that. So, I mean, these people literally gave us the freedom that we enjoy today.
Do you all have a film that you all can, name right now that has got you all more closer to probably a freedom fighter, a hero, a real life hero, or an historic event?
For me, Rang De Basanti, yes. I connected with the film. And one of the reasons why I choose subjects which I am not aware of so that I can learn.
And we're shooting this war, and there are 600 people with guns. All of them know exactly what they're doing on infantries, and there are tanks. So the tanks are doing their separate thing, and there are petrol blasts that are going on around us. So everything, it was like an opera. Everything had to be choreographed in synchrony.
Welcome to Bollywood Hungama, guys. My name is Urmin. Today I have with me the team of Pippa. Hello. Hi everyone. How are you all doing?
Hi, Urmin.
Lovely.
Mrunal, my first question to you is,
Yes.
my God, so many projects, one after the other. There's a laughter riot going on, then there is such an intense role. Are you enjoying these promotions?
So it's a lovely role. My character name is Radha Mehta. And while she's studying in the college, she's got she's volunteering, and how she's associated with this war, her relationship between both the brothers and her mom, it's so beautiful. And it literally took me 1 hour, 30 minutes to just get on the film. We did a Zoom call during COVID times because, that's how the meetings were done. And when I first chatted, that was the first time I was talking to Raja sir, and I asked him, why me? And he was like, because you have this lovely bond between your siblings, and this film, even though it's a war film, there's a beautiful story between, Ishaan's character and Priyanshu's character, and Mati, which is played by Soni ma'am, and Soham. Oh my God, I've had so much fun filming it. And like you said earlier, comedy, but a big war film, human drama. I want my audience to enjoy Diwali in the most perfect way by celebrating, by watching it on the 10th of November. It's the best day because mujhe bhi chutti milne wali hai, hopefully, and I'm going to watch it with my family. Yeah.
That's so important.
Yeah.
Ishaan, I'm sure this is a question that everybody would want to know, and you've been asked so many times. You are someone who's not behind like a rat race. You're somebody who's constantly looking at, focusing on roles, characters, films or projects that you have chosen have been very, I don't want to call it offbeat, but it's always had a different impact. Is that a conscious effort that you take when you say yes to a script?
I've always endeavored to, isn't that what it's about choosing parts and choosing roles that allow you to expand your range as an actor. That's why we do it. No one actor enters this profession saying, I know it all, now let me give my expertise to it, It's only by doing that you learn and you grow. And so I've been lucky that I actually had opportunities early in my career to do roles that are varied, to do roles that are different, and to do roles that have a different impact, like you said. I also think it's one of the fun things about the relationship with an audience when you surprise them. They usually, वो आमतौर पे वो चीज़ अगर भा जाती है उनको, तो then they really like that about an actor as well. So, I'm a result of the opportunities I've got. And people have been able to see me in these different varied kind of roles in, the early 4-5 years of my career. So I'm fortunate, actually. I love doing that.
Yeah.
So I'm
May I
lucky.
also go ahead and say that there's kind of a stamp that is put up now that if you have said yes to a role or a script, then कुछ बात अलग होगी.
Oh, wow.
तो ये कितनी बड़ी बात है. It's such a
बहुत बड़ी बात है. That's a compliment. But certainly about this film, I will say that Raja sir seduced me into doing this incredible film by giving me, the narration of what I think is probably the most unique war film we've made. I think it's and there's not one, but there are 3 different perspectives to the war in this one film, and you see it in a very 3-dimensional way. You see it in a very human way. It's not only about glorifying the brave acts of our of our defense forces. Of course, there is that to the film, but you also hopefully get a glimpse into the human aspect of their lives. Yeah.
Raja sir, I'd like to ask you this question. मैंने पढ़ा था कि when you were writing for Airlift, you actually wanted to research about the entire war. What was your research like for a film like this?
Well, actually, the research for this started many, many decades ago because I've always been very excited about this war because it's a unique war. It's a war of liberation, which is, it's very unique because never before, never after has a country gone in to liberate another country and then just left after the liberation, right? It's a very selfless act. And I think our greatest moment and among the greatest moments that we've had as a nation, and I believe that's when we began to achieve the greatness that we always had the potential to be. I mean, that was the beginning of believing that we truly believe in the principles that are the freedom fighters and everybody fought for, but a country that is about making people free. We are not just talking the talk and not walking the walk, We entered purely to liberate a people from a genocide, and we left as soon as that liberation happened, whatever the losses to us were. And it was an incredibly brave thing to do. So I did a lot of that. Once a film, any film, and it doesn't matter if it's Airlift or Chef or any film that I do, I like to deep dive in it, and I think we're all the same people, which is why we're all together making this film. And so lots of conversations with people who were in the 71 war, lots of conversations with Brigadier Balram Singh Mehta, who was in the war, so he gave us a lot of first-hand information. I've probably read, I would think, a large number of the books written about that time. I'm sure there are many that I haven't, but lots of them. And then we took it from there, and the army itself was very, very helpful in leading us and speeding up the process of understanding how it might have been in 71 as a unit and how they functioned and what was the structure. So largely a lot of that.
What was the most exciting part of recreating some of the scenes that actually happened?
So I think shooting a tank in itself was the biggest challenge from a physical or logistical point of view. How are we going to actually? This is a tank which was in operation 50 years ago. So you know what I mean. So first of all, how do you do that? Right. And how do you then shoot this tank? Because there are technical problems with it. Yeah. And I think that, if I'm not kind of overstepping my remit on this and making a pompous statement, I felt that it was very important for us to show the war and understand what it means going to war, which I felt that we haven't done often enough, at least in India, and we wanted to recreate that world. And just recreating that world was very exciting. 70s, every filmmaker is dying to recreate 70s. It's part of our, it's the greatest time to create. So that was fun. And after that, of course, actually every element of it, to be honest, but if I were to take what was the difficult question in my mind when I got into the film is how am I going to shoot a tank battle? Really. I think we found those solutions because it's not one person. The whole team came together and then we figured those things out. I think, that would be the difficult part.
Yeah, to add to that, I'd also like to say to his credit actually that we shot at breakneck speed, and I think we were only able to achieve whatever we did in the film because of the preparation that went beforehand and all of the research and the preparation. And often when we were doing the tank battle sequences, we would just run the shot for pretty much entire sequences, not just one cut here, one cut there. We would do 4, 5 minute takes. So if he's got a multiple camera set up from outside and we're shooting this war and there are 600 people with guns, all of them know exactly what they're doing on infantries, and there are tanks, so the tanks are doing their separate thing, and there are petrol blasts that are going on around us. So everything, it was like an opera. Everything had to be choreographed in synchrony. Right. And so doing the wide is one thing, but then when you get into the close-up, they would rig An amazing grips team, and our DOP, shout out to Priya Seth, is just a force of nature. They would rig these cameras on the tank, literally on the hull of the tank, and the camera would be in my face, but nothing else changed because we would play out 5-minute sequences with blasts going off and all of that going off. The only difference is the cameras here, that's it. Yeah. So it really felt like, I'll try and phrase this as gently as I can, like it really felt like being in the middle of, combat, and it was an experience, and those are the experiences that you like long for as an actor.
So we're talking about a perfect shot for 600 plus people for it to be like
1,000 people on set.
Wow.
And we did a lot of the blasts and a large number all live. We didn't actually, we used VFX to enhance things. We've used VFX for different reasons, multiple things. But we built the tanks. We had multiple tanks. We had only one real tank, but the rest we built. We designed it like in full sequences. We basically designed everything in that way so that everyone feels it. You got to feel it's very difficult to tell somebody now. Imagine things are going on, and also we wanted to. I believe that in modern days, when you keep cutting a lot, people begin to disbelieve you. Yeah. Because people have understood now a lot of technology. They can do it on their phone. So to keep it live, we want to do long, so you feel you're actually in that environment, you're in that war. And as actors, I think it helps a lot for the actor to feel it. When there's a blast going on 4 feet from him, he reacts like, meaning it's real.
Your body
your body shudders.
Yeah.
So that was the prep, and so a lot of very solid prep went into it, and as actors they did phenomenal prep to get into that character. I don't think anyone has saluted better, even if I may say that.
That's a great compliment.
We spent weeks figuring the salute. I mean, it's not a joke. For weeks getting the salute right. At least Ishaan did.
That's where the armored corps training really helped. We had the good pleasure of being with the army for 7 days at a time to do 2 training camps. So we had about 14 days of training, and the drill masters would drill us and they would grill us, and these things are very important to get right. They're because you're representing, and the black beret community, the armored corps, they're very proud of their uniform, as any soldier would be.
And so you'll have to take extra care also.
The way you salute is integral to your personality, when you're in the armed forces. So there's no cheat code or working around that. You get there right, So yeah, just I think it starts with having that basic respect, that you get those things right, and then you have the creative liberty to tell a story and bring emotion the way that you feel is right to tell that story.
Which brings me to the next question. Individually, do you all feel that films are a great way to showcase historic events of freedom fighters? Do you all have a film that you all can name right now that has got you all more closer to probably a freedom fighter, a hero, a real life hero, or a historic event?
For me, Rang De Basanti, yes. I connected with the film, and one of the reasons why I choose subjects which I am not aware of, so that I can learn myself as an actor and educate the audience out there. So there are so many films. Rang De Basanti was really, I felt like, something happening.
Amazing.
Ishaan, what about you?
I actually, now that you said it, I can't think of another. Because it's such a beautiful film, and what it did was, in jumping the time zones and creating a parallel between the youth of today and our freedom fighters then, it was able to highlight the sense of purpose and the larger, purpose that they had at that time, and I think that drew a very direct connection. Yeah. So it was a beautiful film, beautiful performances, beautifully made. So I'll agree with
Bhagat Singh.
Yeah. Yes.
Ajay sir's.
But more than just the films, I think we've grown up hearing stories about the most incredible people who, my Nani, for example, was one of the youngest freedom fighters. She was 16 when she was put behind the bars, for being out, in the rallies and all of that. So, these people literally gave us the freedom that we enjoy today, because of which we can, express ourselves, and we can even tell stories about that time and tell different perspectives. So, highest respect for that. Sardar Uddham recently came out, which was also a very powerful film. So,
A film that's going to be released on OTT. Your thoughts about it? What do you all feel about an OTT release?
I think I'm excited about it. I think Prime Video is a great place for our film. We're very happy to be part of that family. I can't imagine how a filmmaker could resist the temptation of being available in 240 countries. And available on the click. For me, it's like anyone who wants to watch it can watch it.
Right.
And that to me is the biggest, that's why we make films. I mean, and this is a story that personally is a very important story. It's a very important part of our history. It's a very important life lesson for the world, especially today, to understand what you're fighting for and why you're fighting it. And so for me, I think it's and the perils of war. All of these things are in this film that we put in there without being, without taking it lightly. We don't take war lightly in the film. And if people in 200 odd countries can on the click of a button watch it, why would you put it anywhere else?
That's true. That's true. It gives us...
And Diwali.
And Diwali.
Yes. Prime, yeah. Diwali is great. I mean, we've spoken about it because, as everybody's aware, there was a time lag between when we thought we would come out and then when we did come out. And I don't think any of us could have imagined a better time.
Yeah.
So we lucked out. I think it's the destiny of the film.
Since we are less on time, this is my final question to all of you all individually. Everyone constantly has a war in their mind that they're fighting. What do you all right now feel is that war within you all that probably you all have overcome or want to overcome?
ooh, loaded.
It's deep.
Yeah.
Deep.
I can give you mine very easily. It's 2 words: creative integrity.
That's great. Mrunal?
I don't think I want to talk about it.
Okay.
She has a few words.
Ishaan, do you have an answer?
Just being true to myself, working in an industry where perception plays such a big role and plays a big role in even creating opportunity for you. I wanted to do this because it was a means to express myself creatively, and in trying to achieve that position where I can express myself, and be in control of that. I don't want to lose that very thing. I don't want to lose myself, So that's a conflict, and that's something I think we'll always battle with.
I think you're balancing it really well, really well.
Appreciate that.
Congratulations to all of you all. It's a great cast. There are 2 people sitting here who we watch and feel much more closer to because of the warmthness that you all have. And congratulations. I'm just so excited for this. The trailer looks fantastic. We're looking forward to watching it with our family on
Yes,
Diwali.
Urmin, thank
Yes.
you.
Pippa.
Pippa.
Well, it's
Pippa.
Pippa. No.
Thank you everyone
Thank you
for
so
watching
much.
us on
Thank you.
Bollywood Hungama.
Hi, I'm Ishaan,
Hi, I'm Mrunal Thakur.
Hi, I'm RJ Menon.
and you're watching us on
Bollywood Hungama.